In November of 2013, my life changed completely. And it was because of one very important question that my neighbor had asked me. See, at this point in my life, I was a corporate executive. I worked in a very demanding job, 60 plus hours a week. I would leave our house at 5:30 in the morning before my children even woke up. I would work all day. I'd come home. I would actually probably exercise or run because I was training for a couple marathons at the time. And then I would have about 2 to 3 hours with my children in the evening when my husband would return from work, who also had a very demanding job. And I hated it. I really hated that time because my daughter, my oldest daughter, had just started kindergarten and I wasn't there for her in the mornings. I couldn't get her ready. I couldn't get her on the school bus. My husband actually dropped her off at our neighbors each morning because she would have to watch them for an hour and get her on the school bus while my husband took our youngest daughter to daycare. It was a really hard time for our family. I was full of anxiety and resentment. I, had a very substantial income with my career, and I knew it was something that I couldn't walk away from at the time because my husband and I had built our dream home. We had fancy cars. We had things that our life afforded because of the careers we had, and I resented that. I really, really hated that. I had a lot of anxiety. Every morning I'd get up. I hated it. I hated Monday through Friday. You can even hear it in my voice. The words hate, the words disgusted, resentment, they're just not positive words, and I really had a hard time with it. My priorities in life had changed drastically that year. My daughter started kindergarten, and I really didn't know how I could rewind what we had created in order to go down a different path. I had been a coach for about 6 months at the time, and I knew it was a great opportunity. I had been growing my business, but it wasn't something that I could see as a full-time career or something that I could actually do that would replace my income and allow me and afford me the ability to be home and be more present with my family. I just couldn't see it, and I didn't know why. I mean, I was doing everything right. I was sharing our products because I truly, wholeheartedly believed in them. They had changed my life and made me the healthiest I've ever been. I was inviting people all the time. I was doing personal development, reflecting why I had so much anxiety and what was going on with myself. I was doing all the things we were supposed to do, and I still just could not see how in the world I was going to be able to do this full time. Until that day in November when my neighbor called me and she said, "Leslie, I have a really important question to ask." And I was like, "Oh, okay, what's up, Lydia?" She was like, "Well, I was watching London this morning." London's my daughter. So I was watching London this morning and she asked me if I could volunteer in her classroom because she knew you were really busy and you wouldn't be able to do it. She had saw some parents there and she asked me that she wanted someone there and she thought she could ask me if I could volunteer. And I about died. I started bawling. I was crying and I didn't know what to say. And I hear Lydia, she's like, "Leslie, hey, it's okay. No worries, man. I'll go and volunteer. You know I'm home. I'll volunteer. I go in anyway for Lila or for Mia, her daughter." She was like, I'll volunteer for London's classroom too. And I was like, oh my God, no way. You cannot do that. I am her mom. I am supposed to be there. Love you to death, but there's no way this is happening. And that day, everything changed. I went to my husband, Tommy, and I said, things have got to change. There's no way I can continue down this road. I've got to find a way to make my business, our business, work, and I want it to work quickly. And that's when my story and my why started to form. I wanted to show other women what is possible when you believe in redefining your impossible. I wanted to show people how you can go from one path and completely change directions and go down another path if you truly believe in yourself and the reason you are doing what you are doing every day. That day changed our life because that was my reason for doing what I did. I woke up earlier. I stayed up later. I did what it had to do. I went through tears. I went through every emotion in the book as I was building our business because I believed I could be there for my daughter the following year. It may not have been that year. I still had a lot of income to replace, but I knew someday I would be there for her, and I was going to work my tail off to make it happen. April that year, I walked out of the doors of my corporate career, took an 80% pay cut, and risked everything, because I believed I could. I believed in our dreams, and I believed that I could be there for my daughter. And I risked everything. And that there is nothing that can drive you forward more than knowing that everything is on your shoulders to succeed. I feared success, but I feared failure even more. I feared, oh my gosh, everything, because I made a decision that would compromise our family, but I believed in it wholeheartedly. And that following year, I walked into my daughter's school. I wake up with them now. I get them on the school bus. I volunteer on Thursdays. I get them home off the school bus. We do homework. We are more connected as a family because I'm more present, and I'm not confined to a schedule and to somebody else's dream. I'm showing my girls what it means to dream, and I'm showing other women and other people out there to believe in themselves and to truly know that you can change paths at any point in your life if you want to. You just have to have the guts to do it. And when you can believe in yourself and believe in why you do what you do, others will follow, and you'll be able to inspire and motivate others on a whole different level. And I am grateful for this opportunity because it allowed me to dream bigger than I've ever been able to, and to achieve more than I've ever been able to. And for that, I'm forever grateful.